Let Century Management Solutions get you to your next medical appointment. They specialize in non-emergency medical transportation, connecting patients to care, safety, reliability, and on time. Their advanced technology platform seamlessly coordinates patients, healthcare providers, insurers, and transportation partners all in one powerful network. With over 200 trusted transportation providers, they deliver scalable solutions backed by real-time tracking and complete transparency. Go to SENTRYMS.com.
The Dominic Carter Show
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And perhaps bad news for all of us. The Supreme Court hears and appears skeptical of the Trump administration's argument to restrict birthright citizenship. This as the president made history, traveling to the Supreme Court himself to listen to the arguments in person. The con of birthright citizenship of these women getting pregnant and coming here to drop their babies, full American benefits and all, must stop. You wanted Mamdani as the mayor of New York City, and now deal with it. You got him as he's forcing homeless shelters down your throat. Some folks are saying not so fast. From Brooklyn to Staten Island. In Brooklyn, protesters blocking construction workers. And every government needs at least one of these. A journalist who is going to stick it to the top elected official in their city no matter what. I call it accountability. In the case of Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, he still refuses to apologize for the murder of 18-year-old Sheridan Gorman of Westchester County, killed reportedly by an illegal. What does this mayor say? We've got to make sure the immigrant community is protected. You're going to hear the exchange coming up in just a few minutes. Dominic Carter here with you. The number to reach me live this hour, 800-848-9222. Fox News on President Trump making history. This man is no joke. It's why I voted for him as he traveled literally to the Supreme Court today.
Just across the street from the Supreme Court, one flying sideways as the presidential motorcade arrived. We know that Attorney General Pam Bondi in the Beast with President Trump. She will be sitting with him during those oral arguments today. Also rare to have an Attorney General sitting for open oral arguments. But clearly the main headline is having the president there for the first time. So the way that it works, President Trump will not be able to speak or make any statements or anything before the justices. Unclear if he would try to. He should be sitting off to the left in the VIP section. But again, this is all, Bill and Dana, unprecedented, so we don't know how this will unfold with the president in the courtroom. John Sauer, he's the Solicitor General. He's going to be making those arguments on behalf of the Justice Department. And members of the public have been waiting since yesterday to get in. Just a few lined up yesterday late afternoon, about 4 or 5 o'clock. It's unclear how many members of the public will be able to get in. Normally, the public can go inside during oral arguments, but with the posture, guys, today being as it is, having the President of the United States inside the courtroom, it's a little bit different.
And true to his word, as he said yesterday, the president actually showed up. You know, a big issue here in New York City as it relates to Mamdani. It seems like this guy is intentional in wanting to destroy New York. Why would you take good communities and want to put a homeless men's shelter in them? You know what comes with that, folks. Let's not kid ourselves. This is from Channel 7 ABC here in New York. The folks in the Chinatown area of Brooklyn, they are not having it. Another location is Staten Island, but in Brooklyn, they actually blocked construction workers.
Stefan Kim live in Bensonhurst, which has seen hundreds of protesters since last night. Stefan?
Sandra, they're livid about this homeless shelter, but they're also furious with Mayor Mamdani. They say he hasn't even met with them. There isn't even a dialogue with City Hall. They say they feel unheard. beneath the blare of the whistles and the beat of drums. Behind the sea of American flags is frustration ready to boil over. The target, Mayor Mamdani.
Not around the subway station or church or the school. This is not right.
At least talk to us and listen to our community, listen to our voice. But it's like we haven't been here. We have been here for over 600 days, and nobody is like, the new mayor never come here.
The furor over a men's homeless shelter in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Demolition at the site is set to begin this week. Hundreds last night physically blocked construction trucks from entering. Police and riot gear were called in for crowd control. One person was arrested. The shelter will serve 150 men. Residents fear it will bring with it drugs and crime.
So that from Channel 7. Let's move now to Chicago. We're about to begin with your telephone calls, but I want you to hear this exchange. Every city in America needs one of these. Every city in America, every state in the country needs one of these. A journalist that just doesn't care. It can be borderline advocate, whatever you want to call it. In this case, the reporter's name is William Kelly. And I want you to listen to how he sticks it, as he should, to Brandon Johnson, the mayor, if that's what we're going to call him, the mayor of Chicago.
Mayor Johnson?
Yes.
Sheridan Gorman.
Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crank it all the way up. Whoa!
She was an 18-year-old Loyola University student.
Fine. There's no way he's going louder than this.
Killed, murdered.
But also, maybe it's because he's feeding programming into this right at the moment?
No, Program 1 and Program 3 are the same thing.
No, but I'm saying he's listening to callers and stuff. Maybe that's why.
Saturday, she was laid to rest.
Yeah.
This weekend, you were at the exact moment that she was being laid to rest, rallying.
Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
For the rights of the illegal aliens. Many people, hundreds of thousands, in fact, of real Chicagoans have contacted me and told me that they thought that was an incredibly poor taste, very crass, very crude, very rude, and very almost hateful. They actually saw that as hateful. Black and brown people, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm asking the question, if you don't mind. Do you mind if I ask the question?
Not at all. Ask it.
So let me
this
get
is the
on
opportunity.
That, or it's a problem in that mic.
I'll do my best to take the opportunity, if you don't mind.
Let me get on with him. Let's
Black and brown people, by the way, told me that they found that you were dancing on her grave. They said literally that you were
dancing. What is the question, William?
That you were up and down just dancing, doing a big dance on her. Sheridan Gorman's grave.
We'll go to the next person.
You see what I'm saying?
Ask the question, William.
So the question is, last week I asked you if you would apologize because your policies directly led to Sheridan's death. Your policies. Would you take this opportunity? Last week you said no, or you didn't say anything, apparently. Would you like to take this opportunity to apologize to the parents of Sheridan Gorman?
Here's what I'll do. Thank you for that question. Here's what I'll do.
Okay.
Again, I will acknowledge the tragedy of the loss of life here. And, look, burying a child is something that no parent should have to do, especially as someone who is a parent. The tragedy that occurred is one that, quite frankly, it challenges us to do better, to ensure that we are protecting people. And, as far as the call for no Keens, what I said, and I still stand by this, that we do have to protect working people. We do have to ensure that the immigrant community is not being assaulted. Violating people's constitutional rights, that doesn't make us safer. And we do have to put an end to these endless wars. Those were my exact words. And I will continue to stand by that, because if this was really about safety, if it really was about safety, the Trump administration would not have withdrawn over $800 million out of violence prevention, they would not have withdrawn 30% of the ATF's budget, which is designed to get illegal weapons off the streets of Chicago. If this was in streets across America, if this was really about safety, we would dig in and pass comprehensive immigration reform policy. So has the federal government failed in that regard? It certainly has. Do we continue to grieve and mourn for the lives of those who have been lost? Absolutely.
So there you have Mayor Do Nothing, Mayor Say Nothing. As a matter of fact, no, I'm wrong. Mayor do just the opposite of what the American people should do, or should have a leader do, Brandon Johnson in Chicago. Let's start with your telephone calls. Let's go to line 1. Mary Beth on Long Island. What's on your mind, Mary Beth?
Oh, I tried to call you earlier this morning and you couldn't get through. I just wanted to thank you for playing Whitney Houston's national anthem last night, the entire song. Dominic, that should be required listening at least once a month by every American. Not only was she so talented, but the way she brought that song across, I mean, I still get tears in my eyes thinking about it.
Well, Mary Beth, thank you for the call. Based on the amount of emails and contact I've received since the midnight program, after this first break, we've decided to play it again for those that may not have not heard it dayside. Many of us remember that Super Bowl performance that she put forth. Mary Beth, thank you for the telephone call. Let's go to Joseph now, line 2, Breezy Point, New York. What's on your mind, Joseph?
Hi, Dominic.
Hi, go ahead, please.
I just want to tell you what a great person you are. You're a human being.
And thank you.
Yeah, and also how you tried to warn us about Curtis, and I contributed. I felt so foolish after everything was said and done. And well, thank you for trying to warn us, but at least we know now.
Joseph, thank you for the call. Let's go to Mike in South Carolina, line 4. Mike, what's on your mind?
Hello, Dominic. Well, I got to echo what he just said. I've been listening to for years. And the expression I use, I was a baseball guy. You were on a gridiron. You got all the bases covered, Dominic. Mondani, what can you possibly say that hasn't been said already, or anybody? He's destined to leave the city of New York because people are leaving the 5 boroughs of New York because of his actions. And I got to bring this up too, Dominic. Tampon Tim in Minnesota. And that Omar, the lady, she should be, indicted, put in jail, and get the hell out of the country. Somalia, I think they're responsible for almost $9 billion they're siphoning from Minnesota.
Right, and thank you, Mike, for the call. I got to take a break. I agree with you. We may get our wish very soon. I have a strong inclination that she will be, that is, Ilhan Omar, led away in handcuffs. We are coming right back with that Super Bowl rendition of Whitney Houston. The year was 1991.
Let me tell you about ProHealthConnect.com. It's transforming healthcare payments, providing retailers a seamless process for over-the-counter and healthy benefit programs. By connecting retailers, health plans, and payment processors, ProHealth Connect creates one powerful, unified network. They empower independent grocers and pharmacies to accept health benefit cards without changing how they do business. With over 10,000 locations nationwide, helping more than 1.3 million people access the care and nutrition they need. Go to ProHealthConnect.com.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Breaking news.
And this just coming in. 2 children shot in Brooklyn. A 7-month-old baby has been pronounced dead at Woodhull Hospital. And so I speak out of love, trying to help the community, talking about black-on-black crime, and I become the bad guy as our kids are dying each and every day. I'll continue to follow that situation and have a bit later on, perhaps this evening. Let me switch. I mentioned the first call was on what we did, the midnight program, Whitney Houston performing the 1991 Super Bowl, the national anthem. Every American should listen to that song, that rendition done by the late Whitney Houston. I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex, the lovely DMX says, at Dominic TV, Whitney takes us to church every time she sings. The song is the vehicle. Her voice was a gift from God. Indeed, the case. Let's go to your telephone calls. Eduardo, line 2, Tampa, Florida. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah, good morning. Good afternoon.
Okay, guys, wait, let me say this. You cannot have the phone on hold and then pick up when I go to you, because we lose 15 seconds waiting for you to pick up the line, and now you're only down to 30 seconds for a comment. So either you're ready to go or don't call the program. Go ahead. You've got 25 seconds now.
Right. So regarding the Gorman case, Steve Cortez is doing a documentary. He went to the scene over there in suburban Chicago. And WGN News took offense to that because he says, well, Mr. Cortez, well, we have these cameras out here at the courthouse. So there you go. There's your media.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Thank you for the call. We're going to take a break, folks. Dominic Carter here with you. You're talking about some documentary. I have no idea what you're talking about. And you got off to the wrong set by having the phone on hold when I went to your call. Time for a break. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back. Let me say this, folks. 2 points. Really just one. I'm not going to say the person's name because I don't want to embarrass him. A male caller that's on hold right now. I say this with love, folks. You cannot call every single show that I do, night and day, and think that you're going to get on the air. It's not fair to everyone else. Please give some, with the volume of calls that we receive for this program, with the ratings and so on, the high ratings, it's not fair. The number one complaint that I receive from the public is that you can't get through. And I don't know why I'm a magnet for certain callers, but you can't. It's getting to the point where when I see your name on the screen, it's a turnoff. And all you're doing is hurting the chances of how long it's going to be until you get on the air. So if you think that you're helping your cause by calling daytime, nighttime, you're only putting off more the time that I can have you on. You cannot be on the air every single show. And frankly, it scares me that someone that would think that they're entitled to be on, and I'm talking about a male caller right now, I'm not naming him, that they're entitled to be on daytime and nighttime. I don't know anybody, myself included, and I'm the host of the show, where what they have to say is that valuable. Give somebody else a break, an opportunity to get through, please, because the more I see your name, the more you're turning me off from taking your call. And that's straight talk. All right. I'm giving it to you straight. No chaser. The more I see your name on the board, the more I'm not going to take your call. It's as simple as that. Try to limit it to once or twice a week. I don't want to implement a strong policy. You have to give other people a break. Okay. To get through. Let's move on now. And I'm going to go right back to your telephone calls. I dealt with this topic this morning. What's going on in society, right? But to set this up, I want you to hear this teacher named Hannah. Hannah appeared on the Fox News channel, and Hannah says she's giving up her job as a high school teacher because these kids do nothing and all they do is depend on ChatGPT. This is Hannah, again, on the Fox News channel.
A lot of these kids don't know how to read because they have had things read to them, or they can click a button and have something read out loud to them. I just don't think these kids even care. They don't care about making a difference in the world. They don't care about how to have a resume. They don't care how to write a resume. They don't care how to write a cover letter because ChatGPT will just do it for them. And I think that we need to cut off technology from these kids, probably until they go to college.
So that's part one of the equation. Then you look at part two. We already told you about the shooting in Brooklyn. 2 children shot, 7-month-old baby dead. And then you see the situation, and we talked about this, the Midnight program, of what happened at the Miami airport. 3 people, I feel so bad for some of these news anchors these days. I really do. Because they're live on television. Sometimes they haven't seen the copy in advance. They're reading someone else's work in the teleprompter, and God only knows how to pronounce some of these urban names. And they've got to sit up there and figure out a way to do it. I couldn't do it. So for this case, I'm just going to say Keisha 1, Keisha 2, and Keisha 3. So these brain surgeons at the airport in Miami and Frontier Airlines, they don't want to pay the baggage fee. These 3 brain scientists board the plane anyway in defiance, and then the police tell them they got to get off. They say no. They refuse to get off. You see, this is what happens with DEI and with Democrats coming to urban America, telling them, oh, nothing is your fault. It's the white man's fault. It's everybody else's fault. You don't have to have any accountability. You can stay on this aircraft even though Frontier staff told you to get off. So Keisha 1, 2, and 3, the entire plane, everybody's taken off the plane, and of course they're arrested because they did not want to pay a baggage fee. This is the flight was going from Miami to Philadelphia, and this is NBC 6.
3 women were arrested at Miami International Airport for refusing to leave a Frontier flight during a dispute over an unpaid carry-on bag. Authorities say Defesha Dockery, Deajana Cochran, and Devana Cochran, they rushed past a restricted door, boarded anyways, and they ignored repeated orders to get off after their boarding passes were denied. This delayed that flight by an hour. Deputies say one woman spit on another passenger as they finally exited. All 3 resisted arrest as well. Video was posted on Only in Dade, where we see the trio leaving MIA in handcuffs. They were then taken to the Miami-Dade County Jail.
No, Jonas. You're on the board today, and you're laughing. And you're a man of God. You really are a man of God. And you're from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx. And you're a man of color. I'm a man of color. No. Why are you laughing? Tell me why you're laughing. Now, don't look down. Tell me why you're laughing. Tell me why you're laughing.
It's unfortunate. That's just ghetto.
So you can tell he's a man of God. It's unfortunate. Go ahead. You know I already know what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's just ghetto. It's just, come on, like,
do
the right thing.
Thank you.
Just do the right thing. And if you get caught doing the wrong thing, fess up. Just get off the
to
fight.
It and just pay.
Yeah.
So you're a little younger than I am. You know, you're much better good looking and all that good stuff, right? So
we both sharp guys.
No. I want to be like you when I grow up. So what did they say the names were? The Shay? What were the names?
I don't even remember.
Can you play that back and then stop it after the anchor? I feel so bad for this news anchor after she says the 3 names.
3 women were arrested at Miami International Airport for refusing to leave a Frontier flight during a dispute over an unpaid carry-on bag. Authorities say Defesha Dockery, Deajana Cochran, and Devana Cochran, they rushed past.
Okay, well, so what? Deavana? And what was the other 2?
Deashana, I think, and the other one I don't even remember.
So you use the term ghetto, right? And I use stronger language than you do, but who in their right mind would name their children that? I'm just asking a question from one black man to another.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know where it came from, but, yeah.
You know where it came from, just like I know where they thought it was cute.
Yeah,
uneducated mothers dropping babies. I'm going to name my child some Afrocentric name. They thought it was cute.
Right. Yeah, you're right. It is that. Yeah.
So, see, you're a man of God. That's why I wanted to put you on the spot a little bit.
But we got to say how it is. We got to say the truth. We
got to say the truth. So you said it's ghetto, what they did on the airline.
Yeah, that was.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Jonas. I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. I see you folks want to comment, but all the lines are full. So if you have something to say on this, once one or two of the lines clear up, I'd love to hear from you. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. So Dominic, why are you highlighting this? Because as we speak, 2 children shot dead in Brooklyn, 7-month-old baby dead at the hospital. When does it stop? It doesn't stop because the Democrats to get your vote will tell you that you're not the problem. It's the white man's fault. It's the white man's fault for everything.
1 2 1 2
and
1
you go for that garbage.
Okay, all right.
And it never gets better in your life.
All right.
I'm just saying, folks. I'm just making a point. Don't shoot the messenger. Let's go to Linda, line 4, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Linda?
Hello, Dominic. I hope your day gets better.
I'm having a good day, actually.
Oh, good. That's good. I'd like to say that my father-in-law bought a house in Bradley Avenue in Staten Island many years ago, and the community opened up a homeless shelter 1 block up from Bradley Avenue on his street, and a crazy man from the shelter broke down the door of my father-in-law's house in the middle of the night. I mean, he was terrified. He was screaming and screaming so the man would go away, but I think the man thought he lived there. I don't think he could tell one house from another house. But in any case, what it is the community or the community services, whatever I forget what you call it, but they're trying to normalize the crazy people by putting them into normal surroundings, but they don't realize that the normal people end up going crazy and the property values go way down. So it doesn't really work out perfectly for everybody. It's just kind of like trying to level out the field, but nobody really benefits.
Right. I don't get it, Linda. I don't understand. You have, so like, for example, let's say Riverdale in the section of the Bronx, right? It's one of the affluent communities in the Bronx. I guess Pelham Bay is still another one, right? So why would you want to put a homeless shelter with all the nonsense that goes on, condoms, drugs, needles, crime? Why would you want to put that in the community? Why would you do that? I don't get it. Do you get it?
Yeah, it's called liberals.
Right.
Communism, trying to level out the playing field, and it doesn't really work out. It just doesn't.
Well, Linda, thank you for the great call. Let's go to line 2. A teacher, Yetta in Manhattan. Yetta, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. You just played a recording of a teacher named Hannah stating that the reason her students can't read is basically due to technology, and they can't get off this chat, which is sort of instructing them, and that's why they can't read. Well, let me explain that they learn to read in the first and second grade, and they're not using
please
technology.
don't lecture me right now on your method of teaching, because you say it every single time. But go ahead, please.
But it relates to what you just played.
Okay,
They're
but it's not going to help the
read
conversation
properly.
because the system is not going to go to your way of teaching. It's not going to happen. So why are we going to waste our breath talking about it?
They could go back to a phonics approach, which is phonemic awareness, which is a better way to teach students to read than whole language.
But Yetta, why are we going to waste our time discussing this when the system is not going to go to this approach?
It could go back to this approach. They're making waves. They did away with the Lucy Calkins approach, which is the first step, which was a whole language approach. And they could go back to a phonics approach.
Okay, well, let's talk about something that we can agree on. You've been on the front line working with kids of all different races. You did it for many years. What is the problem?
I'm not sure what the problem is. I'm not sure. I just know that I was successful in the teaching of reading because I used a phonics approach. And
so no matter how many times I try and steer you away from that, Yetta, you're going to keep.
All right, okay.
So the system is not going to go back to it. I just don't understand. I just don't believe in wasting time. And the system is not going to go to the approach that you want. So why do we keep discussing
the problem?
This?
So maybe because of the way that they're sitting in schools now, they're not in rows, they're not facing the chalkboard, they sit in groups, which gives them more of an opportunity to talk to each other and not pay attention.
Is DEI part of the problem? Because you have some teachers that I would not want teaching my dead dog Dolce.
Well, what is that you just mentioned? I don't know what that is. Is what part of the problem? I don't know what
teachers part of the problem. I like the UFT, United Federation of Teachers, and I've told this story before. So, several years back, they did a book event for me, right? And so I go to the UFT and they bought a lot of books that were very nice to me, right? And so I meet this one teacher, a young lady, and she had on a micro mini skirt. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm saying to myself, if this lady bends over a little bit, we're going to see everything that God gave her. And this was an elementary school teacher. Is that part of the problem?
Look, I don't think that the way that the teachers dress impacts the way students learn in the classroom. However, I do think that the style of teaching impacts learning. In other words, if you have a strong teacher in the classroom who knows how to handle a class and knows how to provide excellent instruction, that will certainly impact learning. I don't think the way a teacher dresses, I mean, I was an effective teacher, and I sometimes wore a shorter skirt in class.
You, Yetta, you wore a micro mini?
Well, I didn't wear a micro mini, but I wore a skirt that cut right above the knee.
Oh.
So...
And when you put it on that morning, what did you say to yourself? You didn't say this is a little too short?
I just thought I didn't think it was a little too short. I thought that was just the length of the skirts back then to hit the knee.
And you didn't understand how your male students like me were going to be looking at you? You didn't understand
Honestly, that? I never gave that a thought, that my dressing. What I gave a thought to was the way that I was providing instruction in the classroom. And I knew I had to be a strong, effective teacher. I knew that I had to know how to handle a class of 32 children, and there would be some disruptive students in the class, but I knew how to handle it. I kept them in rows. They all faced the chalkboard, and I was successful.
Yetta, I've gone over my time allotment, and I think you're almost 80 years old now. Wait a minute. Wait a New York minute. And I'm just messing with you because I really like you, Yetta, because you've been on the front line teaching kids in urban America, and it's no joke. And you're not one of these fronters talking nonsense. You actually did it. And so much respect goes out to you. And I like when you send me the videos of you singing. So do you have something you want to sing quickly, Yetta? And I've got to get to a break. Do you have something, Yetta?
I want to say have a great day, Dominic.
Sing something, Yetta.
Have a great day.
No, Yetta, you're not going to sing with me today?
Oh, sing. I'll sing. What do you want me to sing?
Whatever you want to sing. It's just got to be quick, Yetta. I got to get to a break.
Welcome back.
Oh, there we go. Welcome back, Carter. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have the words in front of me, but welcome back to the class you remember.
Yetta, I give you a hard time, but trust me, I have nothing but love for you and much respect.
Thank you.
You are on the front line teaching our children, kids like me. Thank you, Yetta. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, final thoughts of the day. President Trump always playing chess, the first president to go hear arguments at the Supreme Court. Now, they're used to pressure, but imagine the pressure that he's putting on them to say, I'm watching you. I'm here to hear the arguments. And of course, you're used to the national media. I'm going to triple that by me coming here myself on the question of birthright citizenship. The con, the scam, it has to end, folks. Come on. We have real issues. We need help before some migrant, some illegal that says, I want to come have baby one. Oh, my baby's a citizen. Now here's baby 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You pay for it all. You pay for it all, America. Thank you, America. No. Let's go to Dwayne, line 3, Long Island. What's on your mind, Dwayne?
Dominic, let me tell you something. I know I'm going to lose my black card for saying this, but those girls were embarrassment. I saw them on the news. One of the girls was twerking as she get off the plane. Come on now. Let me tell you.
So what does that tell you, Dwayne? Hey, Dwayne, let me ask you a question. Why do you think I'm doing the story? Why do you think I'm doing the story?
Dominic, we have nobody to blame but about how we are the parents growing up the kids.
You're right.
I have a daughter that age, and I'm going to tell you something, Dominic. I have a daughter age. My daughter would never do anything like that, and if she did, I would have whooped her butt.
Right.
She would never act like that.
Right.
Never.
Right. Because you're a responsible father. Because you're a responsible father. And somebody needs to re-raise Keisha 1, Keisha 2, and Keisha 3. Because I have no idea how to say their names. I have no idea.
Let me tell you something. I spent 22 years in the Marines, and then I was a single father after that. I'm going to tell you right now, my daughter knows better. My daughter would never do that. My daughter don't curse in front of me. She don't, and she don't act like that. And I've never cursed in front of her and demean her. It's we as the black race have lost, the family. We have lost that cohesion, that glue the whole family together. We are not disciplining our child. We let them do whatever they want to do, and we cannot do that. In order to change our future, we got to change our parenting. If we got to
change a whole lot, Dwayne. Hey, brother, I appreciate your call. I just got to move on. Please give me a call later on this week or at another point. I'd love to chat with you. Let me go to Dave in Westchester, line 2. Dave, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. Listen, that lady, she's probably a nice lady in general. The teacher that said that short dresses don't mean nothing, that's all nonsense. I'm from originally Northeast Bronx, and Catholic school, I won't name the school, we had a teacher with a semi-short dress, not like what you were talking about. And guys with mirrors and everything else. I mean, get the heck out of here. That lady's kind of wacky.
Well, I hear you, Dave. But she is a nice lady. Thank you for the telephone call. I love Yetta. That's her name. And Yetta was nice enough. And there's the song that she was just singing. Yetta is an absolute sweetheart. I don't always agree with her. Welcome back, but she's a great person, and she's been on the front line as a teacher. I suggest you look at her social media posts. This lady is the real deal, and her heart is in the right place. Folks, join the Tunnel to Towers Foundation on its mission to do good in honor of America's heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org, T2T.org. We're going out with Welcome Back, Carter.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social, on Instagram, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode, so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
This is Greg Kelly. Donate now to Toys for Tots, which works year-round. Go to toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots supports children in need throughout the year with programs like the Toys for Tots Literacy Program. Established in 2008, it has provided over 63 million books to disadvantaged children. The Toys for Tots Literacy Program is committed to providing disadvantaged children with direct access to books and educational resources that enhance their ability to read and communicate effectively. Go to toysfortots.org.